everything to me.
Living in the Spirit has set my soul free. I gave my whole life to God, then I began to see.
Ooh, I had a revelation one day while I was in prayer. I had a revelation. I became so aware. My love for God was ever so true. I discovered God loves me and needs me too. Now I know why I'm alive. God made me to reveal its holy face. I am the hand of God everywhere I go.
And who I am matters to the Most High. I am a place for God. That's why I'm alive.
Ooh, I had a revelation one day while I was in prayer. I had a revelation. I became so aware. My love for God was ever so true. I discovered God loves me and needs me too. Now I know why I'm alive.
I had a revelation.
I am the place for God. I had a revelation. I am the arms of God.
I had a revelation.
I am fulfilling God's will. I had a revelation. I am the life of God.
I had a revelation.
I live at the grace of God. My love for God was ever so true. I discovered God loves me and needs me too. Now I know why I'm alive. Had a revelation. Have you had a revelation? Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why you're alive? Oh, you had a revelation. You need to have a revelation.
is trembling, but not from the cold. Something is familiar, like a dream I can reach, but not quite old. I can sense you there, like a friend I've always known. I'm arriving, and it feels like I am home. I have always been a fortress, cold secrets deep inside. You have secrets too, but you don't have to hide. Show yourself, I'm dying to meet you. Show yourself, it's your turn. Are you the one I've been looking for all of my life? Show yourself, I'm ready to learn. I've never felt so certain. All my life I've been torn, but I'm here for a reason. Could it be the reason I was born? I have always been so different. Normal rules did not apply. Is this the day? Are you the way? I finally find out why. Show yourself, I'm no longer trembling. Here I am, I've come so far. You are the answer I've waited for all of my life. Oh, show yourself, let me see who you are. Come to me now, open your door. Don't make me wait one moment more. Come to me now, open your door. Don't make me wait one moment more. Where the north wind meets the there's a river full of memory. Come, my darling, homeward bound. I am found. Show yourself, step into your power. Grow yourself into something new. You are the one you've been waiting for all of your life. Show
Good morning, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Unity San Francisco. I'm Reverend Deanne Ware-Morency. I'm the Associate Minister here. My pleasure, my joy to serve as the Associate Minister here. And Unity San Francisco is such a wonderful, unique community anchored in spiritual teachings that believe in our personal divinity and that we are here to live into that divinity, to grow, to expand into our true nature. And we are a community that is just anchored in joy. So welcome if this is your first time here with us, and if you are a regular attendee, it is just so good to be connecting with you virtually in time and in space. So one of the foundational teachings of unity is this idea of an affirmation, and it's the idea that we are naming and claiming and standing in a statement of truth. And so we have an affirmation today to open the service. So I'll say it first, and then I'm going to invite you to say it with me. I am a living expression of love in all areas of my life. Can we know this together, please? I am a living expression of love in all areas of my life. And so it is. And so now I'm going to invite our very own Misa Malone to come up here for our opening chant. I invite you to sit back, to allow these beautiful affirmations of truth to wash over you.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. Light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I've left behind. I am light. Light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race, my soul inside. All light. I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star, shining peace over it all.
I am light. Just breathing into that, allowing that truth to wash over you. How good it is to come together in consciousness as we anchor this very truth of our beingness. The light that we are, the divinity that we are, the grace, the power, and the presence that is always seeking to express through us, for us, as us. Oh, how good it is to know, to rest in this. I am light. You are light. We are light. And in this space, we create a world that can truly work for everyone. How grateful I am, right here, right now. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Misa. That was just so beautiful. So now I am going to invite our very own Tyler, who is our platform assistant for the day, to come up and join me on platform. Tyler?
Good morning, everyone. Blessings. Thank you so much for celebrating with us. One of the roles in which I enjoy serving and volunteering is as a prayer chaplain here at Unity San Francisco. It is such a blessing to learn about affirmative prayer, but then also to hold space, not only for Unity San Francisco, but we, the prayer chaplains, also pray for the nation, pray for the world, pray for the pandemic that we are experiencing. But if you as an individual would like us to hold you in prayer, please visit our website or call the office or send us an email. Let us know if you would like an email back where a prayer chaplain prays with you, if you would like a phone call back with prayer. But even if you just want to submit your request, and if you would honor us to let us hold your good, hold your love and your healing and your light, we are here for you. So please visit us online. Also, I invite you to fill out a spiritual connection card. If you're viewing through our own unitysf.com website, you'll see a button below for spiritual connection card, or on Facebook Live or on YouTube, there'll be a link in the comments section. Let us know who you are, how you found out about Unity San Francisco, but also very important, if you are a first-time guest, just mark that on the card. We would love to just send you a little token of our love, whether it is to your email or to your physical address. Just let us know how you found out about us, and thank you for being with us today. Now, as one of the methods that we use to celebrate our spiritual practices is to lift our voice in song. So in your own home, I invite you to stand, if you're willing and able, to own your own beauty and presence as we sing together with Misa Malone and Katie, Down in My Soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day.
I got a new day
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence.
I love the silence
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence.
I love the silence
Down in my soul.
down in my
I
soul.
love the silence.
I love the silence
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power.
I feel the power
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power.
I feel the power
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
Oh, I feel the power.
I feel the
Yeah,
power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
Woo! And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And the whole wide world is my home.
Oh, yes. How wonderful, wonderful, wonderful that is. So if you enjoyed the meet and greet, please, please, please do send us in videos. We love to keep updating that. It was just so heartwarming to see everyone's faces. It was just made my heart sing. So we have another affirmation right now. I will say it first. I'll invite you to repeat it after me. In this moment, divine potential is fully activated as my life. Can we please know that together? In this moment, divine potential is fully activated as my life. Yes, it is. Oh, and you know, if you follow us on Instagram at Unity San Francisco, we have our affirmations are being pushed out every single day. So if you'd like to be inspired on a daily basis, please do follow us on Instagram. And we have a very special guest today. The very Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck is one of the foremost Unity metaphysicians. He is powerful in his understanding, and he is clear, so clear in how he presents these teachings, particularly around the 12 powers, which is what his C class is going to be about, and just anything having to do with metaphysics in general. So he will be joining us after service today at the Spiritual Salon, so please do drop in and say hi to him. He's also teaching a workshop, the Metaphysical Romp, that's today from 3 to 5. You can find out more information on our website, but absolutely, please do sign up. And then he is teaching a class for us on the 12 powers beginning Monday. It's Monday from 6:30 to 8:30, running Monday through Friday. It'll be an intensive, powerful opportunity to dive into the 12 powers. So if you wanted to know more about that, this is a great opportunity to learn and to grow in consciousness. So right now, before Paul comes in, I'm going to invite our very own Katie Birchie with a Daniel Nahmod song, One Power.
There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. There's one power indescribable, and you speak of it in every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. Simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love, for its love, for its love, for its love, for its love that's most deep. It's one power, one power, one power. It's love, for its love, for its love. It's the power of the love in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me.
Greetings. This is the Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck, and I am so delighted to be with my Unity of San Francisco family, virtually in the Zoomiverse. And a shout out to Ken for inviting me once again. I'm always happy to be with you any way we can make it work. And so this is the behind the scene pictures. Some people on Zoom say they like to see the people in their rooms. Well, you're not going to see that except now. And so that's my setup, just as it is as I'm recording right now. And welcome to my home. Most of all, welcome in my heart. And so relax, sit back. My expectation is you'll understand. There's no necessity to believe anything. And my slides are available, and you can get them right there at alberthasselbeck@gmail.com. I will make the slides available and a PDF of them available to Ken so he can share them with you as well. And you'll notice I have that picture of someone using their cell phone. Feel free to use your cell phone to take pictures of any of these slides as we go along. No need to scribble notes unless you want to. And so this talk is about the 12 powers in abnormal times. And I know we certainly hope individually and collectively, these are abnormal times, and we're going to get back to a new and better normal. And as we're talking about the 12 powers, remember I'm teaching a class this week on the 12 powers, and you see there below me, that is the textbook I recommend we use. It's called Power Up Your Life. Okay, so these are the 12 powers. They're 12 divine ideas. They're also could be called principles, because divine idea and power and principle are really synonyms if you dig deep into the historic writings. Now, I'm not expecting you to remember all of these. I set this up this way so you can see some of the things that we talk about in the 12 powers, that in some ways they're like the chakras, in that each one is related to a body center in our bodies. They don't line up completely to the chakras, but the concept is pretty much the same. And so with these 12 powers, I like to say they're included in your divinity, along with a bunch of other principles. And they are, in our relatives' existence, we experience them as abilities, natural abilities. And we're always using them. And in fact, we cannot not use them. And we use them to express ourselves. We use them to express our thoughts, our feelings, in fact, our personalities and our bodies. And so as we begin this talk, I'd like to remind you that we Unity people are apocalyptimists and kind of relate that to the 12 powers. Just like this little dandelion had to be really, really focused on getting through that asphalt, that dandelion had conviction as it burst through and grew. And I bet you, if that dandelion could think as it was hitting that asphalt for the first time, I bet it could have thought that its world was going to hell in a handbasket. And yet it thought it was going to turn out well. And in fact, this is the way an apocalyptimist is defined, found in the Urban Dictionary. And you'll find it down there. Someone who knows it's all going to hell, but still thinks it will turn out okay. And so that's the way we Unity folks are. We can say it is what it is. And then in Unity, we take it a step further. It is what I name it. It is what I call it, because what I name it, what I call it, will be how I tend to use it and perceive it in my own life. So let's look at a few of the powers that are associated with being an apocalyptimist. So we have faith, it's conviction. We have to have that belief, that conviction, that no matter what the appearance is here, we can use it for good. We can find or manifest a blessing out of it. And we have to energize ourselves. We have to energize this conviction, and that happens using the power of life. And yes, we got to add the power of zeal. It's the power we use to be enthusiastic, to motivate ourselves. And so I think many, many Unity people are naturally motivated to find the good, to look for the blessing. And so it's important that we remember, as Unity Truth students, that we be apocalyptimists in these abnormal times. And you notice that I added the word benevolence, because benevolence is a principle, but it's not included in that subset of principles we call the 12 powers. And benevolence is like this tendency to do good. And when we are in this frame of mind, in these abnormal times, we use this benevolence to be the best we can be. And so one of the problems that come up as I talk to people since really before March, as this COVID thing was coming on the scene, was this fear that people had. And so I want to share with you my point of view when we think of fear and love. Fear and love. We tend to think they have separate and different origins. However, I have another idea, because I'm in the habit of questioning my unquestioned answers. And as I prepared this talk for the first time, I noticed that I just assumed fear had a different origin. And so when we talk about love, the power, it's really a principle. It's our ability to desire, our ability to harmonize, our ability to unify. And Charles Fillmore, one of our co-founders, said this: God is love, that from which all loving springs. The principle of love, that's the very principle we use to have that feeling or emotion of love. And he also said, God is love, from which is drawn forth all feeling, sympathy, and emotion. So once again, Charles is reinforcing the idea that this principle, this power we call love, is what we use to manifest feelings, emotions, and sympathy, all related to that feeling we call love. And just a heads up, you see there below me, there's a Charles Fillmore collection on the Unity website in the archives. You can go there and find a lot of unpublished material, and you will be amazed at what you find there. And so before Unity, I was deeply involved with A Course in Miracles. And so I remembered this quote, and here's the original quote, and I'm going to read it with you. You read along, right along with me. Fear and love are the only emotions of which you are capable. And we've heard this a lot, haven't we? This idea that comes from A Course in Miracles permeates our society in many ways. And it goes on to say, one is false, for it was made out of denial, and denial depends on the belief in what is denied for its own existence. So one of the problems people have reading A Course in Miracles is that it's easy to get lost in all those pronouns. So let me help you. So I adapted the quote, getting rid of the pronouns. This is what it says. Read along with me if you like. Fear and love are the only emotions of which you are capable. Fear is false, for fear was made out of the denial of love. And then it goes on, therefore fear depends on the belief in love for its own existence. In other words, fear couldn't exist without love. And I'm going to have a little more to say about that in a moment. And so that quote started with, fear is false, for fear was made out of the denial of love. I never questioned that when I was studying the Course in Miracles. But like I said, I like to question my unquestioned answers. And that was one of them. And I began to look at it. So what I think is fear is, I'm going to read this with you. Fear is something we make in response to a threat to something we love. I'm going to repeat that. Fear is something we make in response to a threat to something we love. That might be ourselves, that might be others, that might be things. It could be a whole panacea of things we love. And this, friends, makes a lot more sense to me. And what happens is when we start being afraid that we're going to lose something we love, we get focused on the love. And all kinds of biochemistry starts to happen within our body in response to that fear and any related thought. And so then it goes on as the original quote, again, read along with me, by interpreting fear correctly as a positive affirmation of the underlying belief it masks, you are undermining fear's perceived usefulness. See, that perceived usefulness in the context of Course in Miracles was, it was being made to hide the love. That's what made it useful. But if you see the fear as a positive affirmation that love is also present, it undoes that usefulness. But I'll go further. If you perceive that fear as simply a response you're having to the idea you might lose something you love, or something you love might be damaged or hurt in some way, including yourself, then I think it becomes a little easier. And so I've adapted that by interpreting fear correctly as a positive affirmation of the underlying love fear masks, you're undermining fear's perceived usefulness. So we need to look at this in the context of our threefold nature. And the important thing we want to remember is when fear is present, we use that as a clue that there is something within me, myself, or another, or a thing that I'm afraid something's going to happen to. And as soon as I'm aware of fear, that can remind me of love. And that's how we move from fear to love. They don't have separate origins. Fear couldn't exist if there wasn't something, someone, including myself, I love. So in the context of our threefold nature, we know we are spirit, soul, and body, using Charles Fillmore's traditional language. We could call it our divinity, our humanity, and our body. And for me to be just a little more specific, because you've heard me say it, what happens in vagueness stays in vagueness, we could say we are threefold in nature. We are fundamentally principle, we have a personality, and we have a body. And in fact, we are manifesting, using the 12 powers, our personality and body from those 12 principles we call the 12 powers. And in the diagram below, you can see I have them color-coded to the words, and that they're not really separate. They're interlocking, they're interactive, and in some mystical way, they're one. they're one at some level. And so knowing this, we can now look at the autonomic nervous system. Below my picture, you can see two sides to the autonomic nervous system. One is called sympathetic and the other is called parasympathetic, but those fancy names aren't important. One part controls the fight, flight, freeze, or please response. The fight, flight, freeze, or please response. If you haven't heard about the please response being added to this, Google it. You'll be really interested. And when that part of our autonomic nervous system is stimulated, we release adrenaline amongst many other biochemicals. And adrenaline speeds up our system. And what that does is it gets us ready to fight, flight, freeze, or please. And it restricts the blood vessels in those parts of our body that aren't really needed at the moment. Now, this is going to sound a little crazy. One of those places is in our frontal lobes. And so our higher thinking nature related to our brain gets less blood supply. And in a way, our higher thinking, our intellect, goes offline temporarily. And surely you've experienced that when you've been angry or fearful. Now, the body has a way to counteract that biochemical response to fear. And that's connected to something we call the calm and connect response. And that drug that's related to that, or we could say that biochemical the body naturally resists to calm down the fear response, is oxytocin. And oxytocin is associated with love, that feeling of connectedness, that feeling of oneness, and that calms us down. And so knowing that, we can take another step. This is called calm and connect breathing. It's 4-7-8 breathing. And I can share with you, anytime I'm feeling fear, anytime I'm starting to feel anxious, I can simply go to this method and it calms me down immediately. That's because the breathing, this type of breathing, activates that side of your autonomic nervous system that calms you down. And so you breathe this way, and you do it 3 times. You breathe in to a count of 4, you hold to a count of 7, and then you exhale through pursed lips. See that baby down there? That cute little thing has pursed lips. So we exhale like this. We empty our lungs, and then we take another deep breath. We hold it for 4. We breathe in to a count of 4, we hold it for 7, and we exhale for a count of 8. And that calms down that biochemical response that fear produces in our bodies, and we're able to calm down. And as we calm down, we can use our intellect and our thinking nature better to handle whatever it is we're being fearful about in the moment. And so the 12 powers in abnormal times, there are so many ways in which we can use it, but these are 3. You can consciously choose to be a better apocalyptimist. We can remember that when fear arrives, we can use it as a positive affirmation that love is present and reframe from fear to love. And whenever that fear response, any agitated response comes up, we can use the calm and connect breathing technique. And we're going to practice that during the meditation. For now, once again, thank you for inviting me. And I know it's another beautiful day in your consciousness.
Thank you so much, Paul. That was apocalyptimist. I love it, as I love you as always. Katie Birchie, I just want to lift you high for that song that you did prior to Paul's talk. That was just off the charts. So we're going to invite Katie and Misa back up here right now. as we're going to take this time to step into a meditation that Paul is going to guide us through. But in this moment, I invite you to just be calm, to quiet the mind, to allow yourself to be still, and to open your heart, to be open to the infinite possibility that is the very truth of who you are, of what you are.
I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I don't have all the answers now, but I'm willing to take it slow. I can hear something calling me. Where it leads me, I don't know, but I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me.
We're going to begin with the calm and connect breathing, the 4-7-8 breathing. I will count it for you, and we're going to do it 3 times. If it feels comfortable to you, you can close your eyes or you can leave your eyes open. So let's begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out to a count of 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through pursed lips, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as you continue to breathe, I invite you now to focus your awareness, pivot to an inner awareness, knowing that the truth of your beingness is always present. There can be no absence of the one power and the one presence. And that one power is the truth of what you are. And just take a moment, invest a moment, and feel that truth right now at the point of view. And we know that in some way, somehow, you're using the 12 powers right now. We do it mostly unconsciously. And just for this moment, let's be conscious. Faith, Faith is your ability to have conviction. What do you believe about with conviction? Knowing that you know it's true. I know for sure that you and I are more powerful than we can even imagine because we are divine. And I give life to that belief right now, claiming it, feeling it, being it. And I motivate myself in a moment-to-moment way to feel the truth of what we are, to express what I am with ease and grace, and be the very best I can be, and you are using it to be the very best that you can be. Know the reality of your divinity now. Feel it, know it, as we move into a time of silence. Feel that inner truth. Know it about yourself. And let's claim that truth now with conviction. Let's claim it with that sense of power, of the truth, of your beingness and my beingness, of our beingness. I am divine. Share that with me. I am divine. I claim my wholeness now. Together, I claim my wholeness now. I am abundance now. Together, I am abundance now. You see, you are always divine. In fact, you are wondrously infinite in your divinity, and you're expressing it in finite ways as your humanity. You are always whole and perfect in your divinity. And through your thinking and feeling nature, you express that wholeness, you express that completeness, you express your humanity, giving rise to that wonderful sense of well-being, radiating throughout your entire body in magnificent ways. And your body has that innate intelligence, and it has all of the powers, wisdom, understanding, life, and wholeness right there at the point of view. It knows how to express health and well-being with ease and grace. And we know that, and we feel it, and we see it expressing right now, right there at the point of view. So let's say this one more time. I am divine. Say it with me. I am divine. And friends, so you are, and so I am, and so it is. Amen. Know you are powerful beyond measure. Know the truth of what you are, and be the best you can be.
Oh, thank you so much, Paul. That was wonderful. Just so grateful for you, for your wisdom, for all that you share, and for all that you are. Thank you so much for being with us today. All those affirmations that you had us saying, there's one in there that's my personal favorite, so I'm gonna seal all of this in with this particular affirmation. I am powerful beyond measure. Can we please all know this together? I am powerful beyond measure. And so it is. Amen. And it's now time for our spiritual practices, so I'm going to turn this over to Tyler.
Thank you, Deanne. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone. Here at Unity San Francisco, we ask ourselves each week, how can I carry these ideas going forward? We call them spiritual practices, ways for me to set my own intentions. So we have some suggestions for you this week. This week, I might choose to look for one good thing in every situation. This week, I can also notice my fear and remember it is the evidence of love. I can choose to practice 4-7-8 breathing 3 times a day. And I can also choose a power to activate as my own life this week. So if you'd like to join us in spiritual practices, and if you're viewing through the unitysf.com Livestream website, there is a button below Spiritual Practices of the Week. If you're viewing through Facebook or YouTube, look for a link in the comments section. Share those spiritual practices with us, and if you add your own email address, a copy will be sent to your inbox. So join us. It is also time for another part of our celebration is the ritual of giving and receiving. Knowing the abundance and the love that is blossoming in each of our lives, if you choose to join us, we are honored to receive your donation here at Unity San Francisco. One of the easiest ways is text to donate using your cell phone. Type in Unity SF and text that to 44321. Follow the prompts, and you'll be able to share your love and appreciation, gratitude with us. Another way is through our own website. There is the live streaming page with the offering and donations button. You can give in that way. And always, at any time, visit unitysf.com and click the donate button. Always available, always easy. We thank you for sharing your love with us as we share with you. Another part that we want to celebrate is hearing from our different members. And right now we want to hear from one of our Board of Trustees members, Amanda Summers, about why she gives at Unity San Francisco. Amanda.
Thank you, and good morning. I'm so happy to be with you guys this morning to be able to share with you about why I share my talent, my time, and my treasure with Unity San Francisco. I've been part of the board for the last several months now, and just really talking about giving up my time and my talents to being part of the board. What I've gotten it's like tenfold of what I've been able to put in by being part of the board, and being able to learn from both Reverend Ken and Reverend Deanne about how to lead an organization with a spiritual and unity mindset has completely transformed who am I being in my professional and my personal life, and being able to hold, folks in this field of like unconditional love. And I'm just very grateful for the opportunity and to be able to be of service to the community. And especially I would say during times right now with COVID, I live alone and wanting to feel more connected in the community. And by being able to volunteer, I have gotten strong relationships with leadership and with the board and with the community. And I've gotten some really good friends by, just really showing up and you being of service. And so I invite you to come and join us at Unity San Francisco and to volunteer and look for ways to get connected. And because I know that you'll get so much more than you could ever imagine. And so thank you again for having me here this morning to be able to share. And, just thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. We are so lucky to have you as part of our community, and thank you for serving on the board. Thank you, Amanda. Another thing that we do here is that we anchor our giving and receiving with an offering affirmation. I'm going to say this once, and I invite you to say it with me. I live an abundant life, giving with joy and receiving with gratitude. Please know that with me.
I live an abundant life, giving with joy and receiving with gratitude.
And now let us continue the celebration by raising our voice as we sing with Misa and with Katie, Grateful by Daniel Nahmond.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all.
Children. Oh, and you know, one of the things that has been very alive for me this week is what has been happening in Beirut. And so I thought in this moment in our service, since we are anchoring in love, we are anchoring the truth of life itself, that we anchor this blessing of the children for all the children of Beirut, for all of the families that have been impacted by the explosion, and that we just open our hearts right now in that space, and we know and we hold the very truth of who anyone and everyone who has been impacted by this, which is including us. We just hold ourselves in such compassion. We hold ourselves in such love. And we know this truth. This is what we anchor for ourselves and for the world. You are God's perfect child, and we love you exactly the way you are. So can we please know this right now? You are God's perfect child, and we love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. Sending so much love and grace and joy and healing.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a big community in healing, so we have a lot going on here at Unity that does support the power of healing. And so, Tyler, you want to lead it off for us?
We are just so proud to have an ever-living, evolving calendar of classes, workshops, events, salons. And this is really exciting. Laura Taylor is coming back with this workshop, Embody Emotional Freedom, Relax into Inner Presence. It's going to be on 4 Saturdays. And Laura's going to be bringing to us the emotional freedom technique. It's been around for over 25 years. It's basically also known as tapping, where we basically tap some of the meridian points on the body while holding a statement or phrase of the healing from my past, tapping through the body. What am I healing? And then also a statement of what I am embodying, the wholeness and the freedom and the love that was already within us. And then we tap again. So join us. It's an amazing workshop where we practice setting ourselves free. It's going to be on 4 Saturdays at 11 a.m. from August 15th to September 5th. Go to the website, read more, and sign up.
Yeah, Laura is the queen of embodiment, the queen of embodiment. We also have Reverend Ken will be coming back on the week of August 19th, and we're going to be picking up once again the courageous conversations around race. So we hope that you will join us. It certainly is still something that is very alive. Martha Creeks moved the dial forward for all of us with her crucial conversations, and we are placing a spotlight on this issue of race, bringing all of our spiritual principles to bear. How do we show up in these so courageous and crucial conversations? So that's going to be Wednesday, August 19th at 6:30 p.m. You need to register online, so please do so.
We also have some ongoing meditations. Reverend Elizabeth is offering her wonderful sound meditation. It is on Wednesday through Sunday mornings at 9:45. Go to the website, follow the Zoom link. And also, Monday through Friday, weekdays at 12 noon is Reverend Deanne's Peace in the Midst meditation. So join us.
Yeah, please. That meditation's just off the hook. I need it every single day, personally.
Set the alarm, but right before noon.
That's right. 11:55. The alarm goes off. That's right. So I am going to be teaching a class. A lot of people have been asking me about this. So embodied principle, living into truth. You know, we talk a lot about these principles of truth, the idea that we are divine. And there is a huge gap between how we actually understand it and how it actually expresses and lives into our life. So this class is built to steep yourself in the foundational principles that are the very underpinning of Unity's teaching. So if you are a new person and you're sort of like, what is this? This is a great class because you will get a really wonderful overview of everything. We're really going to cover a lot of territory. And if you are a practice practitioner, perhaps like Tyler is, then this class also will be in service, right? To deepen into, and I know, Tyler, when you and I first studied this, how many years ago, we were not the same people that we are right now.
Always changing, always learning, always growing. Yeah.
So what will arise for each of us will be something new and something startling, a new insight. So please do join me. It's going to be Saturday, September 5th through October 24th, 2 to 4 p.m. It's set up that way for those of you who are in different time zones so that you could be able to join. You can find all the information on our website. So again, our upcoming happenings, this is Paul.
Yes.
This is all Paul. So please do join us for the Spiritual Salon where he will be there with us. Then he has his metaphysical romp, from 3 to 5 p.m. today. And then his C class on the 12 powers. The 12 powers are really amazing, and this is an opportunity to really dive into them in an intensive way. And Paul really does sort of own how we get to activate all of this in our life. Again, all that information is on our website. So thank you, Tyler. Thank you so much. Katie, oh my goodness. Thank you again. That was just so beautiful, that one power, just really. And Misa and our fabulous AV team, Dean and Ryan and Alex, who is helping us out remotely. It's thank you to everyone who makes this service possible. If you're watching this far, stick with us just a little bit longer. At the end of True Colors, once again, we do have an Easter egg for you. So we have a final closing affirmation. This affirmation, I invite you, if you're at home, stand up. Right? Stand up so that you can actually own this, just the invitation. I joyfully embrace my true nature. I am divine. Can we know this together? I joyfully embrace my true nature. I am divine. And so it is. Amen. It's time for True Colors. I'm going to invite Misa and Katie to come back on up here and sing us out.
Sad eyes, don't be discouraged, though I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you makes you feel so small. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me a smile and don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you call me up because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So we're not afraid to let them show our true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Joshua, you did that with your toes, really? Okay, so we're gonna, yeah, you're like magic coming in and out. None. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. So now it is time for our blessing of the children, and it is so wonderful to see all of these faces and how much they've grown. So your children, your own inner child, all of them are such a blessing. We have an affirmation that goes, you are God's perfect child. We love you exactly the way you are. Can I be seen? Okay, let's do this again. Roman, you can't be doing this. This is okay? Try it one more time. You can be in my arms, but you can be. Okay. So now it's time for blessing of the children. So delighted to be surrounded by all of these kids. So we say, you are God's perfect child. We love you exactly the way you are. Can we know that together? You are God's perfect child. We love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. All right. Perfect. Good job. Can I get down? I love you too, sweetie.
And we are more than 6 feet apart, folks. The beauty of shadow work. Okay. So, Misa, you're gonna have to be further somewhere. Where do you need to be? No.